In the last year, I've researched thousands, if not tens of thousands of Faces Instagram niches to come up with the 12 best niches that you can get started with today. In case you're wondering who I am, my name is Gosseling and I run over 20 Faces Instagram pages with over 12 million followers combined, and I've also helped countless of my clients gain tons, if not millions of followers across different niches. And in this video, I'm going to cover every single niche step by step so you know exactly what niche to get into right now. Alright, I just jumped over to my computer and as you can see, I've got a list of 12 Faces Instagram niches that you can copy right now. So I'm going to go through all of them step by step and tell you exactly why they work and how you can monetize them as well. So let's first of all start with the business niche. I just love the business niche because it's a niche that's always going to be relevant. People are always interested in business content and more people are obviously getting into business, especially online business right now. So this page is a really good example that it still works. If we go over here to about this account, you can see that it joined on September 2024. So it's a little over a year old and already got over 1 million followers. When it comes to the business niche, it's really important that you don't post random content. You just gotta have a clear structure. So what this page did really well is that it found a winning format. For him, it was the storytelling carousels like this, you know, where it just tells a story and has a lot of slides. Over here, I think it worked as well. You can see 400,000 likes and it just doubled down on it. For the reels, it's super simple as well. You just have a headline, your logo, subtitles, and a viral clip, and that's basically it. Don't just post random business content anymore because it doesn't work. You need structure, but it's super easy to create. Like, it's super beginner friendly. So if you don't have a lot of experience, the business niche is definitely something that you can go into, but you know, have structure. When it comes to monetizing, there's a huge demand for shoutouts. You can basically sell any type of digital product. So business pages are probably one of the best niches when it comes to monetizing. All right, let's move on to niche number 2, which is philosophy. I personally love philosophy. This is also my page. Opus Reality is my favorite page actually. And what I like most about those type of pages is that you really build a brand. It's not just like another random Instagram page, because if I go, for example, to the comments on my reels, you can see like it's very positive and people actually like enjoy the reels. And because of that, you have a really high follower conversion as well. For example, with meme pages, they get millions of views on videos, but like no one follows them because, you know, you send it to a friend, that's it. There's no reason to follow a meme page because there are so many of them and they just post content without value. Now, with those pages, as I mentioned before, you have a really high follower conversion and you have a really loyal audience because every single reel that I do over here gets like 100K plus views. And because of that, I can charge a lot of money for shoutouts. I charge between $300 to $500 for a single shoutout. And I've had brand deals where they paid me $1,000 to $2,000 for a single collab. And you can also sell digital products. I've got my Opus playbook that I'm selling over here, which is also bringing in a decent amount of money every single month. All right, let's move on to niche number 3, which is Stoic mindset. The mindset pages in general, where you just share general motivational advice, all that stuff, doesn't work anymore. It's too saturated. Too many people are doing it. So you gotta niche down if you want to go into like the mindset stuff. So this is a really good example. This page posts of Stoicism, posts about focus, discipline, and attention. And you can see that their content just looks unique. You know, as I mentioned before, like you can't just like repost the clips that people have posted millions of times before. So you gotta be a little bit unique, and that's exactly what this page is doing, and that's why it got over 1.2 million followers. You know, it's just super simple content. You have a viral quote, you have like a viral clip in the background that you can just find on Pinterest, and that's basically it. Same for the carousels. It's just images from Pinterest with some text over it, so it's very easy to create and very beginner friendly as well. When it comes to monetization, you can do a lot with it. You can build a self-improvement email list. You can sell a lot of digital products that are about self-improvement, like ebooks, guides, etc. And for shoutouts and advertising, there's a lot of demand for it as well, because people that follow self-improvement pages usually have a problem or they want to improve themselves. So they have a very high buying intent as well. All right, let's move on to niche number 4, which is Hopecore. So this page is really special. If we go over here to about this account, you can see that it joined February 2024. So it's not even 2 years old and it got 4.4 million followers. And just look at the views over here. 30 million, 30 million, 80 million, 6 million, 100 million. It's crazy. So this content just works right now because there's a lot of negativity in the world, also on social media. So if you just post like positive content, people really engage with it. And you can see it for yourself that this is probably like, this page is probably getting 1 billion views a month. It's actually crazy. The only thing is with this type of content is it's all reposts basically. So you're not really building a brand, but who cares if you're getting views like this? If you're getting like hundreds of millions of views every month, you'll make money regardless. Now, with pages like this, you can mainly monetize them through advertising. Now, of course, you got to be a bit selective with what type of ads that you promote. And I also noticed that this page is promoting an app, the Opal app, which like blocks apps for productivity, I believe. As you can see over here, screen time control. So it probably makes a lot of money as well with the traffic it does. As I mentioned, it's not the best to build a brand, but with traffic like this, it doesn't matter. You'll always make money, and it's just really popping off right now. All right, niche number 5 is artificial intelligence. AI niche, the AI niche is really, really powerful, but it's like a hit or miss because it's by far the best niche right now to monetize. Like there's so many companies looking to promote on AI pages. I'm actually connected with a lot of media buyers in this space, and they only want to promote on AI pages or buy AI pages because it's such a trend right now. There's so many AI companies that are looking for advertising. So if you want to make a lot of money, an AI page is definitely the best one to run right now on Instagram, but they're just hard to grow because some of them they pop up like instantly and they go crazy, but some of them they will never take off. So it's really, really important that you're patient with pages like this. Like you just can't, expect to go from 0 to 100k followers in a month. It's more like a long-term project. But if you have a page with 100, 200k followers, you can make so much money for advertising deals or affiliate marketing for AI softwares or AI products. And what you can do as well is maybe you have a page with 100, 200k followers and you're struggling to make money. You can rebrand your current page to an AI page. It's not instantly gonna go crazy with engagement, but if you do it for 1 or 2 months, the engagement will pick up and you can make a lot of money through, as I said, affiliate deals or advertising deals. All right, let's move on to niche number 6, which is marketing. So marketing is basically a sub niche within a business niche. As I mentioned before, you can't just post random business content. So you gotta have structure and a particular style, and this page did it really well. It got to 1.2 million followers with only 500 posts, and all it does is just post reels about marketing. The reels are super simple, but because all the reels are about the same topic, again, you're building an actual brand. And what this page did really well is that just the looks of it are really good with the covers, but the content itself is super simple. It's just a clip with some simple text over it. Now, pages like this make a lot of money with advertising. They make more money than the business niche. I think a page like this charges a couple thousands for a single promo. I have a client who has 200k followers in this niche as well, and he also closed a brand deal for $250 for a single post. So besides that, you can also sell, of course, digital products or build an email list around it, but advertising is by far the most profitable way to run pages like this and to scale them. And of course, since you're in the business niche and especially the marketing niche, you literally have business owners that follow you. So they're probably the best followers you have because they can spend money on the sort of products or services that you can offer in the future as well. So this is definitely a niche that I recommend you to go into if you're a little bit more advanced and you're really good with branding as well, because your branding needs to stand out if you have a marketing page. If you post about marketing, but your own branding sucks, it's obviously not going to work. All right, let's move on to niche number 7, which is poetry. Now, this is not like my favorite niche, but this page, if we look at about this account, it joined in May 2025. So it's literally like half a year old and it's almost at 1 million followers and growing like 10,000 followers a day. So what this page does, it just straight up reposts all day long. Like it's posting like 20 times a day, as you can see. And it doesn't even create its own content. So if you're looking to get into, starting your first Instagram account and you have no editing skills and maybe you don't have a lot of time, something like this would be a really good option because it literally, you don't even have to create your own content. So it takes like 1 to 2 minutes to do a post. So there's no excuse for you not to be consistent. And of course, there are a lot of big pages out there in the poetry space already. I just wanted to show you this one because, from 0 to probably 1 million followers in 6 months is really proof, that it still works. When it comes to monetizing, it's not the best, but if you have a lot of followers, you will always have brand deals. The only thing is in the poetry space, you can't really sell digital products. So what most pages do is that they either sell physical books or they sell merch. Now you can of course sell ebooks as well, but usually digital books don't perform as good as the physical ones. So you should mainly focus on getting advertising deals on here, which I know actually still works, but don't think that this is the best niche to go into when it comes to monetizing because the business, AI, and marketing niche are clear like 100,000%. All right, let's move on to niche number 8, which is self-improvement and life advice. So it's again basically similar to the mindset stuff. I wanted to pick this page because it stands out really. As I mentioned before, don't just post like random motivational content anymore. And what this page did really well is that it's only posting like advice or like quotes from athletes, or it uses athletes in the post. And because of that, you niche down a bit. So you only post like motivational content for athletes. And because of that, it's just not saturated anymore. And you really stand out, because if you want to build a motivational brand, you can't just like have one reel from Mike Tyson and the other reel from Mark Zuckerberg or whatever, right? Like it needs to be aligned, and you need to know exactly who you want to target. So this page did it really well, and because of that, you can see that the engagement is very, very strong too. It's the same way when it comes to monetizing as other mindset pages, shout outs, selling self-improvement, digital products, and building a newsletter. So nothing really crazy over there, but it's a really good example. If you still want to go into the motivational self-improvements page, then do it exactly like this. Then niche number 9 is ADHD. So this is a very interesting one. I actually have a page in this niche as well with almost 500k followers. I would personally go into this if you actually have ADHD. Because the thing what it does, it just posts relatable content for people with ADHD or are neurodivergent. And because of that, since it's super relatable, the follower conversion is really, really high. I actually run this page called ADHD Reacts. It has 485,000 followers, and the content is super simple. You just do like simple reposts like this, or you have simple reels like this where where you just put your logo, headline, and a viral clip. Like I don't even add my own subtitles, and they still perform really good, and it's growing like 500 followers to 1,000 followers a day at the moment. When it comes to monetizing, it's not the best, obviously, right? So basically how you monetize pages like these is through shoutouts. The cool thing about pages like this is that they have really, really good demographics. I'll add a screenshot of my demographics from ADHD Reacts. I don't even have India in the top 5, and it's like 65% US. So because of that, you can actually charge a lot of money for shoutouts. So this page for me right now makes me around $2,000 every single month with just shoutouts. I could build a digital product around it, but I have better pages to focus on to do that. So that's why I just use it as a cash cow, because it takes me 5 minutes a day to manage, and it still makes me decent money every single month. The other page that I showed you, what they're doing is they're selling merch. So that's also an option on how you can monetize this. I know for a fact that this page makes a couple 4 figures a month through selling merch and advertising. So it's definitely a good niche to get into if you have a lot of knowledge about this topic, and want to grow a simple page without doing too much work. Then niche number 10 is trending news. So trending news is always going to be relevant because it's news, right? The main thing, if you want to grow pages like this, it's all about the volume. So pages like this, they usually post like 10 times every single day. Obviously, you've got the biggest page called Wealth. So it's basically also a news page, and they're posting also like 10 times every single day. The main ways how to monetize this is just through advertising. Like you can't really sell digital products because you don't really have a niche. It's just news. Like it's about everything basically. But this page is growing like 5 to 10,000 followers a day, so I still wanted to include it because there's definitely room to grow a huge page in this niche. But don't expect to make insane amounts of money with it because it's only advertising that you can do, and you need to put in a lot of work, and be very, very consistent with posting. All right, then we've got the 11th niche, which is dark psychology. This page is super cool. Zoltium, it got to 1.4 million followers with 180 posts. The only thing with this niche is that the content itself is very hard to create. Like just look at the clips and all the animations, transitions, all that kind of stuff. So this is something that you need to get into if you're more advanced and if you've been in the space for, a couple months or a couple of years. But just look at the followers, like 180 posts, 1.4 million followers, and the views on this page are also like every single reel gets like hundreds of thousands of views. Now, when it comes to monetizing, it's pretty much the same as the philosophy pages that I mentioned earlier in this video. Since you're actually building a brand, you can charge a lot of money for brand deals and shoutouts. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this page literally charges over $1,000 to $2,000 for a single shoutout, or maybe those brand deals between $3,000 to $5,000 for a single collab. Of course, you can still monetize this as well with digital products or building a newsletter, but brand deals and advertising are by far, I think, the most profitable for this, and a page like this can easily make like 20, 30k a month with advertising alone if you do it the right way. And then of course with digital products you can boost it a little bit, but again, this is just more advanced stuff. But if you're at that level and you're able to actually make those videos, go for it, because you can see it that it works, right? Then we're at the final niche, which is biology. So I would only go into this, to be fair, if you actually have a good understanding of like biology, medicine, all that kind of stuff. Maybe you're studying it. This page, by the way, the reason why I'm including this is because it went from 0 to 1 million followers in 17 days. You can see 73 weeks ago. Over here it's at 900k, 1 million 71 weeks ago. So in 2 weeks it went from 0 to 1 million followers. So that shows that with this type of content it can just go crazy. But it's all basically just repost. They're not even posting that much, like it's not even daily, but it still works, and it's almost at 2 million followers by now. So if you have a good understanding of those kind of topics, this is definitely something that I recommend you to go into. When it comes to monetizing, you can monetize this with shoutouts a lot. Like you can charge insane amounts. Like this page can probably charge between $500 to $1,000 for a single post. And of course, digital products in this space work really well too. So, but again, it's really what you want to do over here is just build a following with like 500k, million plus, so you can monetize it for advertising, because that's just the most consistent way to make money with pages like this. But yeah, as I mentioned before, I just wanted to include this because it went from 0 to 1 million super fast. I saw this page pop up, so there's definitely a market for it. All right, this was it for the video. I hope this video was valuable and you know exactly what niche to pick by now. By the way, if you would like to directly work together with me to scale your Instagram business to tons, if not millions of followers and make a full-time income with it, then down below I have a link where you can schedule a call with either me or someone from my team to see if you would be a good fit for Growth Mastery. With that said, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.